Buonasera everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Nora and today I am going to share with you 10 fragrances that I wore to death during 2020. And starting in number 1 is none other than Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. So I never tried the original one, I only tried this one. And this is your perfect summer fragrance. This is citrusy, fresh, with a hint of muskiness. You can see how much I used this fragrance, and I bought it like midsummer, not even like a beginning of summer. And this was my gym fragrance. I know it's not the ideal one for gym, but I didn't find like another option or a better fragrance than this one. I just wanted to have like this freshness or a little bit of zestiness in the gym. And it's not that I did like use it a lot of times, but when I used it, I sprayed a lot, because the problem with this fragrance, it doesn't last long. So I just sprayed a lot just to get a little bit more of longevity out of it. I do like it, but I think this is not your typical gym fragrance, so I don't recommend it for like gym fragrance, but I do recommend it for your typical very hot summer days, a beach. It has citrusy note, I think lemon, and it has a little bit of muskiness, some flowers, I think jasmine, if I remember correctly, and it has a very aquatic feeling to it. This is why I associate this one with beach, like sailing. I don't know, when I smell this fragrance, I associate sailing in the sea. So this was my most used fragrance. Next I have two fragrances from Aqua Diparma Blue Mediterranean line. I have here Arancia di Capri and Mirto di Panarea. Don't make me choose between them, I love them both and I wore them a lot. You may see like the bottle is almost full. This is because I had a lot of samples and I used up my samples first. So what's not to like about these fragrances? These are just for me Italian coast in a bottle. So Arancia di Capri. Oh, beautiful. Arancia di Capri is your perfect citrusy fragrance. What's not to love about this fragrance? It's absolutely gorgeous. It has all the notes that I like. It has oranges. It has mandarin oranges. It has your bergamot. It has lemon. It has all the citrus notes that I love, with the hint of spiciness that comes from the cardamom. Some sweetness that develops in the dry down, that comes, I think, more from the mandarin orange and the orange, like the sweet part of it, enhanced by the caramel. And you don't smell the caramel at all. It's just, I have no words for this. This is summer in a bottle. Mirto di Panarea is absolutely like, oh, this is freshness in a bottle. This is a little bit more masculine, so it's borderline masculine for me. It's more sharp, beautiful. In the base, it's a fresh aromatic fragrance, citrusy notes like myrtle and lemon, I think, and bergamot, and then it has cedar, which you can smell, and juniper, and I love juniper actually. And this is absolutely beautiful. I can't choose between these both, and every time I think I have a favorite. Next day, or I don't know, in another situation, I find myself loving this one more. So it's just I grab them for different occasions, if you know what I mean. So Arancia di Capri is your perfect summer fragrance, which I wear like every day. While Mirto di Panarea is more for these really sticky, humid, very hot summer days, and for after the shower it's perfect. So it's just different occasions, but I love them both, and I am so glad that I discovered like the whole line of Blue Mediterraneo from Aqua Diparma, because it's absolutely gorgeous, and I will do a video like doing a full review of the whole range. So this is Arancia di Capri and Mirto di Panarea. Next fragrance should come of no surprise, and this is Armani Prive Vert malachite. Oh, so beautiful. And this is your thick, dense, creamy, sexy jasmine. Oh, beautiful, just beautiful. It has like a little bit of a fresh opening, but you smell the jasmine here right from the start, and it remains amazing performance and projection. It's just perfection in a bottle, in my opinion. And I think this, no, I'm not saying, this is my absolute favorite fragrance of all time. I mean, this managed to dethrone my absolute favorite fragrance for more than 20 years, and it's Chanel Coco. Chanel Coco was my first fragrance ever, and my favorite fragrance for almost 20 years, and this managed to dethrone Coco. Ah, this is just jasmine with a very warm benzoin and vanilla in the base. I smell tuberose. I said it before, it's not listed, but I do smell tuberose. I think it has also ylang ylang. Absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know, everybody talks about like rouge malachite. I smelled the rouge malachite. I didn't like it, but I loved this one. Oh, just lovely. Just, it's magic. It's magic. It's just, I love you. I love you. Vert malachite from Armani Prive. Next I have Valentino Donna, Born in Roma. And I wore this fragrance a lot in autumn. This is so beautiful. This is sweet. This is more your sweet, fruity jasmine. In the opening you have your black currant and I think pink pepper, and then you get like your jasmine, and in the base so it's vanilla and cashmere and a little bit of a woody note. And yeah, I would describe this like sweet vanilla with a woody undertone, and it's absolutely beautiful. It has an amazing projection and longevity. I mean, I sprayed this on my jacket. I hanged my jacket, and every time I passed I could smell this fragrance for more than a week. Amazing performance and longevity, and I find it very sexy actually. So Valentino Donna, Born in Roma. Next I have a classic, and this is J'adore. And who doesn't love J'adore? It's just how, like its name, J'adore. Oh. This is like the classic floral fragrance. It's absolutely a masterpiece. This fragrance is so well blended that I find it very difficult to pick up notes in this fragrance. It's just perfection. It has, I think, a lot of flowers. I think jasmine, rose, freesia, tuberose, like a lot of flowers, and it has some fruity notes, which surprised me when I read on Fragrantica that this has melon, peach, and pear. Because, yeah, I can't pick up the notes, but this fragrance is just the symbol of class in a bottle. I love it. I know a lot of people say that this fragrance is like old-fashioned. I have to disagree, actually. I have really disagreed. This is not old-fashioned. This is class in a bottle. I know this is not your girly fragrance, of course not, but it's more like for a lady. Not a lady, but a more grown-up woman. But it's so classy and perfect for summer and springtime, and it has a very, very nice sillage. I mean, I'm not an oversprayer, but when I use this one, and I never use more than 3 sprays, only 3. I can see from when I pass, like when I enter some place or I pass people smell it. Actually, this bottle here is almost 13 years old. This was a gift from my husband, I think. Well, I don't remember, was it? Yes, on my birthday, it was our 2nd year. Yeah, this is 13 years old. So don't mistake the dents that I made for like I did this summer. No, this fragrance is 13 years old. Only that I never wore it a lot because I loved it so much, and for some reason when I loved the fragrance I never wore it a lot because I was like saving it. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. Now I learned my lesson. Beautiful. J'adore is absolutely a masterpiece, and I actually, fun fact, I never tried any other flankers of J'adore, and it's one of my wish list of 2021 is to smell all the flankers of J'adore. So Dior, J'adore from Dior. Next I have here Givenchy. I'm incapable of pronouncing this name in French, so it's Irresistible, and just keep it at that. So this fragrance has a story behind it. Love the opening. So this fragrance came to me like in a sample when it was released. I think was an order that I made, and it was still like we were still in strict lockdown, and I loved it. And shortly after, we were like approaching summer, so the situation was a little bit relaxed and we could go out, and I had like more than one sample. And I found myself every time going out of the door reaching for the sample of this fragrance and just loving it. I mean, when I first smelled it, it was nothing special to me, but somehow I always grabbed it. So when all the samples finished, I missed it. So when I had a chance, I bought it. But since I bought it, I wore this only once. So I don't know what the story is. I love the opening. My problem with this fragrance, I think, is the iris, and iris is a very powdery note in fragrances, and I love powdery fragrance, but somehow iris irritates me, irritates my nose, I don't know. So I can't explain why did I love it so much, and now I think it won't make, if I do a declutter now, I think this will not survive. It could be because like this was another season, now it's winter, and I'm a person who has to test like summer fragrances during summer, winter fragrances during winter. It's just how I am. Another explanation for me, because this is not the first time that this happened to me, is that somehow the samples are not like identical to the scent, because this happened to me more than once. It happened to me with Valentino Donna, and it happened with me with this one, and it happened with another fragrances, and it happened with another fragrance that I don't remember now, but I am sure. So this is the third time that this happens to me, and I don't know, is it like my nose, or is like really the samples different than the fragrance? I don't know. So please tell me in the comment down below if this happened to you. I have to admit that this fragrance is pretty girly, uplifting fragrance. It has a note of pear, which I love. This is maybe why I love the opening so much. It has, I think, musk, and it has iris, and the iris comes out like a little bit more in the dry down, and a bunch of other notes I don't remember now, but what I mostly get from this fragrance is pear and iris, and I hate iris, especially when it's like really predominant, and it is predominant in this fragrance. So yeah, this is my story. So I did not use this fragrance, like this bottle, a lot, but I did use the fragrance itself a lot. So this is my story with Givenchy Irresistible. Next fragrance is a cheapie, and this is Desigual Fresh. I mean, I don't have a lot of videos, but I think this fragrance came out a lot of times because I use it a lot. This, I think, is my fourth bottle. So I used already 3 of these bottles, and I have a backup like the big bottle. And this is your perfect after the shower fragrance. So I know I told you that Mirto di Panarea is also suitable for after the shower, but I mean, this is a niche brand and this is an expensive fragrance, so I don't use it every time I shower. I use this one mostly, and I didn't find a substitute for this fragrance. It's just perfect. Fruity, fresh, citrusy fragrance, and it has a lot of notes. It has fruity notes, it has lemon, it has yuzu, it has mint. It's really a very, very beautiful scent. Problem with it, it's the longevity. The longevity on this fragrance is absolutely a disaster. So this one maximum stays on your skin for an hour, and then it goes away. I mean on your skin. And for an after shower scent, I don't mind it, because I actually prefer it, because I want to use other fragrances during the day and I don't want them to like clash. So I do love it for that. And I can't say if this had a better longevity that I would wear it a lot. I think yes. I think I would wear it, but it wouldn't be like my favorite fragrance. But for after the shower, this is absolutely my favorite. I never found anything like it. So this is your Desigual Fresh, and this is really cheap. And you can find it always on discount, so Desigual Fresh. Next I have here Narciso Rodriguez Pure Musk, and this is just a travel size. I went already, this is my second one. Beautiful. This is like the name. This is pure musk. It has a little bit of floral notes and I think cashmere in the base, but just gorgeous. And this is a fragrance that I absolutely hated when I first smelled it. So when this came out, I remember I read a tweet of someone raving about this one. And I was skeptical because I did smell Narciso Rodriguez before, and I have to say, at that time I found it not so special. And so I said, maybe, yeah, I will try it. And I hated it. I said, why would you love this scent? And this is how your taste changes. And now I love it. I can't live without it because this is my favorite bed scent. This is clean, cozy, little bit powdery, and absolutely gorgeous for bedtime. Would I wear this fragrance like for going out? I did once or twice maybe, but no, not so much, because it's more like it's very close to your skin. And I don't know, the whole vibe of this fragrance makes me use it only for bedtime or maybe for layering. I don't know, but for now it's my favorite bedtime scent is this one. So Narciso Rodriguez Pure Musk. My last fragrance is from Kilian, and this is Kilian Boys, or Bad Boys are no good, but good boys are no fun. And this is your Coca-Cola fragrance. Again, another story with this fragrance, like the whole line. I smelled the whole line a while, like I think when it was first launched, I smelled not like the whole line, but a lot of the line, and I was like, nothing special, especially with the price. But this year, and I think this whole line is going to be discontinued because Sephora put 40% off the whole line, and it was not related like with a sale, and it went for a long time. And I mean, with the price it was okay, and first I had a decant of this one and of Princess. I have also Princess, and I found myself using it a lot. It's a surprise because this is not a very usual scent, and it's very borderline and masculine, so it's a very unisex scent in my opinion. And the Coca-Cola, and you can smell the Coca-Cola from the beginning till the dry down, and this is what I love about this fragrance. So in the beginning you get very like the harsh Coca-Cola with lemon, so you can almost smell like a Coca-Cola with a wedge, like a lemon wedge in it. And in the dry down it gets a little bit spicy, woody, combined with the Coca-Cola. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wear this a lot in autumn, especially in like, I don't know why, I wear this a lot in rainy weather during autumn. I don't know why, but this is I think what I associate this fragrance with, I don't know, but I wear this a lot, especially with my trench coat. Something about this made me always wear it with the trench coat when when it was raining outside. Not that I only wear it, I did wear it like in other occasions, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it, and I'm so happy that I got the 50 ml. And I mean, getting a 50 ml is something for me, because I never get 50 ml. I always get 30 ml if I had the chance. So if it's not available, okay, but I always go for the 30 ml, and this one I got the 50, and this says a lot. So this is my last fragrance. This is Kilian Bad Boys. So these are my most worn fragrances in 2020. I did wear a lot of other fragrances. As I said before, during 2020, my love and interest in fragrance just got a boost. So I tried a lot of fragrances, and I bought a lot of new fragrances. But hands down, these are my most reached 4 fragrances during 2020. So I hope you liked this video, and I hope you are enjoying this series of Goodbye 2020, Welcome 2021. I think next episode will be best and worst fragrance releases in 2020. So stay tuned for that video. So this was everything. Hope you liked it. And if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And see you next time. Ciao!